Brilliant. Welcome, guys. What a beautiful day it is. Comment your thoughts, how you're feeling, and we'll go through it. We'll just wait for a few more people to tune in. What else we got? That was brilliant, Sainers. That was absolutely brilliant. As I try and get the comments going, that was a very, very special win. That was an important win based off last week. We had our first big L for the year. It wasn't even a big L. It was just a bit disappointing, but such a big build up to this game all week. You know, Carlton, you know, are they as good as people say they are? Are we as good as people say we are? They came off a big loss. Really important for them to bounce back. Big crowd. Steele back, Membry back. Are they going to fit in? Is it going to suit our style? Are we going to be able to cop what they throw at us? In particular with their big tools in Harry Mackay and Charlie Curnow. And yes, absolutely. That was, apart from, you know, there was a few minutes in the first, few minutes in the second. I really thought for the most part of the game, you know, we had control, I guess, of general play. I think in terms of clearances, especially in the first half, yep, they got us there. They got us there. Paddy Cripps was great. They got a lot of contested ball. I think they were plus 20 at half-time. Ross would not have been happy with that. And they were a fair way up on uncontested as well. So they were first to the ball for a lot of the time. But for the second half, we were pretty much in control. Like, we took up territory. We took over the game. We played it on our terms. And pretty much from when Gresh kicked that first goal within the first 5 minutes, I felt really good about how the game was going to pan out, because it looked to me like Carlton's main outlet and their plan A was Mackay and Curnow. And outside of that, they didn't seem like they had many ideas, like not natural ideas. Even when they tried to go through the middle of the ground, because we had clogged up every other avenue, I thought that didn't look natural to them like it did Collingwood. You know, we forced them to go through the middle, if anything. And a lot of the time they turned it over, they fumbled, they cracked under our pressure. And the second part of the fourth quarter, after we'd done the damage, we were comfortable enough to kill the game. And that's the first time this year that we've really just played with the footy, milked 5-6 minutes off the clock, looked like we knew the game was won, and we were extremely comfortable. And that's a sign of maturity. You know, we didn't try to blaze away. We didn't try to put more on the scoreboard, which, I mean, obviously is nice. You want to beat the Blues by as much as you can, but even the Blues, they looked like they'd succumbed to what we had done. And the game was done about 10 minutes into the fourth. You know, it was only 20 points the difference, but it felt like more, because they were not getting any clear-cut avenues to goal at all, apart from when there were free kicks. I think they scored 5 of their 8 goals were from free kicks directly. I mean, they weren't scoring any goals from any other avenues. You know, I think maybe they had 1 or 2 general play goals, but apart from that, it was a few dodgy free kicks. It was Silvani trying to milk. And a lot of our goals, apart from maybe 1, I think, were general play and really well-constructed goals. You know, we kicked away in that third term, and that was the big turning point, is which team's going to blink first. And I was so proud to see the way we lifted and how mature and just how senior that third term was, you know, and then to see the game out after, no doubt Vossi would have put it on the Blues to press us and try and, you know, crack us, and they kicked a goal within the first 45 seconds of the last, and we could have cracked under that. We could have buckled, gotten a bit worried that they were back in the game, but no, we returned favour, we got a couple of goals up, and then killed the game with 10 minutes to go, and that was just sensational. One of the best wins this year to me is because of the opposition, because of the potency they had up forward, the midfield that they've got, and obviously their backline's not bad. You know, this team was touted as a top 4, top 8 sort of team this year, and for us to take care of them, the way we did in the lead up to a big Friday night game against Port. I'm extremely proud. And I just want to mention a few names that just played out of their skins in my eyes today. First of all, Brad Hill. Absolutely brilliant. Brad Hill was sensational today. He was everywhere in that third term. Go and rewatch that third quarter, and Brad Hill was in almost every single contest, making space, tackling, he's kicking, he's running, just his general, like there was a few passages of play. He looked about 50 metres off the Carlton bloke, but he's still sprinting to get there to almost lay a smother, and then we turn that ball over again because of that sort of implied pressure that he's put on. Absolutely brilliant. Hunter Clark, probably to me his best game of the year. I thought he was physical but just clean and didn't look panicked. It was a great watch, and Jack Steele obviously wasn't himself, but he gets a run in and we move on from there. But Skunk as well, naturally just fit in. His enthusiasm, his leading, his hard running on a wing, and then his ability to just get hands to everything that came to him in the contest in the forward line to either mark it or bring it to ground. And then I think he set up a couple of goals. Was perfect, a perfect introduction for Skunk in the same side in 2023. I thought Wilkie and Dukes and Battle tried hard a few times. It didn't work. Gave away a few free kicks, but for the most part, I think you take 4 goals, I think, combined between Mackay. I think I said in the preview, if we keep them to 4 goals or less combined, we win the game, and I'm pretty sure we did that tonight. So that was a great effort. I thought Mason Wood and Ronnie Burns worked their asses off. Mitch Owens crashed packs and was physical as ever. Rowan Marshall was great. And that Owens goal, saying is bloody hell. Bloody hell. What a fucking amazing goal that was. Didn't think twice. Thumped it from 60 out. Carried all the way. And that was pretty much when I thought, this is it. We're going to run away with this. This is a game we're not going to lose. And then Dan Butler to kick 3 was great. Higo worked hard without hitting the scoreboard as much as recent weeks. Philippo the same, worked his ass off. Everyone played their part. I thought Ben Patton was clean. I thought Nasiah Wanganeen-Malera's last quarter was very, very impressive. One of his best quarters of his career, no doubt. And overall as a structure, we just showed another team and the competition again that we're serious. I don't know if we're legit. I don't know if the lid's off just yet, Saners, but you go and you win games like this. You go and challenge Collingwood like you did, and to be 5-1 on top with 2 games at Marvel coming up, one against Port, a team we've wanted to play at Marvel for a long time, and then you got North at Marvel as well. So a big opportunity in these next 2 weeks to really cement that top 4 position for the first part of the year. And if we go 7-1, Saners, I mean, that's 6 more wins and that's finals, I think. So we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, obviously, but you start thinking about those things when you start, notching up some of these wins. And Porter going well. Carlton, apart from last week, we're going generally well. We've beaten Essendon. We've beaten Bulldogs, who look better, and then Fremantle, who are struggling. And Gold Coast. So we've beaten some pretty tricky teams that have caused us a lot of problems in recent memory. And the best part is every game we've just got a consistent look about us. There's a coherency to the game plan. What we do is not by luck, it's by design, and I absolutely love that. Everything we do is deliberate, it's planned, and it's executed 9 times out of 10 most of the time. And if we do that, we look like a team that's very, very hard to break down. And most teams this year, apart from Collingwood, have looked, they look devoid of any bloody ideas, any plan Bs to take this down. If their plan A doesn't work against Ross Lyon's plan A, watch out, because you're out of this game unless you really out-coach Ross Lyon and the rest of the coaching staff, because they're doing a phenomenal job at the moment. And to still think that, Steele's not 100%, we've got Membry back, we still get to get King back. To be doing this the way we're doing this is just incredible, and just full credit to the playing group, to the coaching staff, and then the fans today rocking up. We were loud, we were proud, and no doubt the boys felt that. So another great performance, Saners. The first quarter was a grind. The second quarter was a grind. But I always felt like we had another gear, and I thought that Carlton really did try their absolute best in that first half. And apart from a few dodgy free kicks, we would have been a bit further ahead. So really proud that despite things not going our way in that first half, we were able to shift it around. And just watching it from the third level with Joycey, like seeing the way we move players across the ground, up and back, and the way that we run, it's gut running so much more than the other teams. I think at halftime we had already done, a significant amount more sprinting than Carlton. And I just thought, if we keep this up, this game's going to open up a little bit. We're going to have that 5-10 minutes where we take over, and that should hopefully be enough. And it's even more comforting knowing that when there's, say there's a tight game, we have that ability to shut the game down, chip it around, kill time, and milk the clock for as long as we want until we're ready to go again. So we really are masters of game tempo at the moment. I feel like right now we're the best team in the comp at doing that. When we decide to go fast, it's clean, it's classy, and we get the job done. And then when it's time to shut the opposition down, shut the game down, we do that really well also. So, and those are good traits to have when it comes to finals footy. If we do make finals, I just think that the style that we're playing really is stacking up against, teams that are hardened and more finals experience than us. The Melbournes, the Geelongs, these teams, the Sydneys. It looks like that, the style we're playing can really stack up in September. So I guess, next step is to keep getting wins towards that. But right now, the way we're going about it, if you're a Sainer, you're very happy. And, Jack Billings played at VFL today, had 22 and kicked 3. Jack Bytel had 38 today. And then you've got Windy coming on as a sub. Cordy again kicked his clutch goal. What else can you ask from this team? If you find flaws in this team right now, you're not fun at parties, that's for sure, because we're doing everything right, and we're only going to get players back from injury. So, again, to me that's a fantastic performance. Carlton again, very, very fancied in this game. Obviously, they didn't have Sard, and that was a big loss for them. But I'm not really sympathetic to any teams that lose players these days, because we've copped our fair share of injuries and overcome it. So, if you cop injuries in the AFL, you better hope that you can just overcome it. So we've done that. We're getting players back, and most importantly, we're notching up wins in the process. So I would go through some comments, Sainers, but for some reason the bloody app's not showing me. So I really appreciate all of you tuning in. I am going to be here on Friday. I think it's going to be a really, really important game. I think that Port Adelaide are in very good form, but again, it's another challenge that we can get excited about. A team that's going to come here and absolutely try and bring down the structure, the discipline, the unity of this team. And, Collingwood for the most part last week didn't achieve that. They got away in that start of that fourth, but for the most part we were in that game. So we've played probably 3.5 to 4 quarters of good footy almost every single week this year. And there's not much more we can ask from this club. So bring on Port Adelaide. They're a bit of a bogey team, but so far this year we've kind of not really given a shit about that. We've gotten the job done. So 5-1 Sainers, enjoy it. Apologies I can't read your comments, but I know they're all going to be really positive. Please, at the moment, comment your man of the match. I'd love to see it. So right now I can't see your comments, but I will after this video is done. Comment your man of the match and what you were most proud of watching this game. What really got you out of your seat the most? Was it a certain tackle? Was it the long bomb from Owens? Was it responding to Carlton's pressure? Was it just killing the game in the last 10 minutes? What was it, and who was your man of the match? Comment in the comments, and I'll check them out after this. But anyway, Sainers, thank you very much for watching. There's going to be a lot of coverage on this in the next couple of days. Follow us on Instagram at Saints TV Pod. We're giving away Medallion Club tickets this week to a lucky Sainer. We're giving away tickets most weeks via Instagram and YouTube. So go on there, subscribe. Because if you missed out today, there's a chance in future weeks you might be a lucky winner and you'll get tickets to a game. So go and subscribe. Go and follow us on Insta. And most importantly, go and celebrate, Sainers. We just took down the Blues by, 23 points, 21 points, whatever the hell it was. We took care of the mighty Blues, the Blue Baggers. They're still coming, apparently. We're still waiting for them to arrive. But I'll tell you what, I reckon our boys have arrived in 2023. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, Sainers. Take care. And as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.